Nico, what are you doing with this whole Montana thing? Do you know yet?
Your dad tells me to do. That's what I do.
Just like one of my kids, I ain't making any decisions. Your dad can make all the decisions.
Pepperoni pizza.
I hate math.
Honestly, this is just very confusing. So,
we're basically doing a little Q&A to see how much do you know what's going on. Dad's going to be watching this, so we want to see how much you are in the loop with everything that's going on with his upcoming trip to Montana.
It's funny looking at all their different reactions to this.
So we want to have you tell us, what do you think your dad's going to be, his plans are? When he's going up next month to Montana, first, where do you think he's even going?
Montana.
Montana.
He's going to Billings, as far as I know.
Specifically, we will be going to, I think it's Billings, maybe Laurel area, somewhere in between.
What do you think his plans are while in Billings?
He's gonna be helping his cousin Scott build trailers and getting the shop ready.
Something with Brewster.
Something with Bruce. Okay.
Yeah, get set up over there and finish the first Brewster, and then somebody's gonna run that one. I don't know if they've decided who yet.
He's going to be working with Scott on getting their fabrication shop put together and the whole getting ready to build Brewsters up there. So he's going to be, I think it's just like a warehouse right now. So they have a lot of remodeling and getting ready and that kind of stuff. And then they're gonna start the builds.
I don't really know for sure where the shop is, but we're going to be going to the new 5G, what's it called? Modular building company shop that we're building up in Montana. We will be working on setting up Scott's shop up there. And then if we have time, we're going to be working on building the next trailer as well.
So far, on this one here, Stephanie definitely wins. Cassie should have done better. I mean, she's going. Rachel, she doesn't care what's new. Rachel's like, yeah, Dad's leaving. He's going to Montana somewhere. You know, Brewsters will be involved. So that's where she's at. But on this particular trip, which I don't want to be too hard on him, because to be honest with you, I barely know where I'm going and what I'm doing. But the plan right now, Stephanie was the most accurate, is to go up there and get 5G Montana set up. Scott was here. We built the first trailer, the actual hydraulic trailer, the frame, the whole bit. So we've engineered, got that built, one here, and now we're going to go there and get his shop ready to build one of those. And after we have that built, then I will be there helping him build a Brewster. But this will all be happening all through the holidays and everything else. So going to work on the shop and get it set up to be able to be 5G Montana. That's a direct, short answer. Stephanie definitely won that round, which is a little surprising because Stephanie doesn't put much effort into anything.
So what else you think your dad's going to be up there? He's going to be up there for how long? You have no idea.
Mom said he might not be coming back, so.
Okay, I will come back eventually, but I can see where she would say something like that. I know how it sounds like. Mom said Dad's leaving and he might not be coming back, so I have no idea. It's going to be just short little bits back here in Florida this year. We've made a commitment to Montana. We got to get it moving forward.
I don't know when we'd be home next, because nothing's set in stone.
He keeps saying he might not come back, so.
I don't know if might not be coming back is accurate, but I will be coming back very little, if at all. So I'll be gone at least until Christmas. But I think I got to come back for Christmas because my little brother's crying about the fact that he doesn't want to have Christmas without me. So I'll at least be visiting. So this will be my first coming from Montana to visit Florida trip. So that'll be interesting.
Oh, I don't know. You never know.
Beside the Brewster and building with Scott, what else do you think your dad's going to be up to while he's up there?
Honestly not entirely sure. I only know the two when he's in Billings is helping work on a trailer and then getting the shop ready, because they just got a shop, I think, for it in there. But that's the only two things I kind of know of for this trip.
We might just be going to Montana after that and then just continue to work on either building our shop up there or remodeling the townhouse.
After Montana, Cassie, we might be going to Montana. I don't know what she was saying there. So after we go to Montana, we might just go to Montana which would make sense because we're so close.
The first beginning part, I know he's helping Scott and that stuff, and then who knows what he's gonna go start on in Anaconda. He's gonna be looking at the new properties potentially, and then we might start working on the townhouse a little bit, trying to decide what we're doing there. There's still a few things we're trying to decide where to start, but there has been talk about maybe starting one of those projects, but who knows.
And then they're probably gonna go back to Anaconda and start on all the stuff there. So I don't think they're starting the main building yet. I'm pretty sure they're gonna build a building on our land so that we can start the house.
Watching this is just funny to me because I can't pick on them because this is pretty much how it feels to me too. Everything they're saying at one time or another, that's what they've been told. But it's very fluid. I mean, Steffi kind of alluded to it, but because of the Brewster aspect, we're actually potentially looking at buying another piece of property. And of course, it'll be a fixer-upper, you know, so we may actually be fixing up a piece of property that we haven't even bought yet, which makes no sense unless you really understand the reasons why. But we're looking at it. We're looking at several different things, and on that one, I'm pretty much just going to say all of the above. I mean, all the way down to Kendra saying, I don't know, working on the trailers. That's it. I don't know. I mean, what they're saying and what they're feeling is pretty much what I'm feeling. So I can't really. I know it sounds scattered, but that's my life right now. I'd like to blame COVID. Hell, everybody blames COVID for everything else.
So tell us more about the townhouse. What's that whole entail? As far as what do you guys? What's the purpose? Is where you're going to live? Are you going to rent this or?
Townhouse in the beginning is going to be where we're going to live while we're setting up the whole, like remodeling that whole building for setting up and remodeling that whole building for the BW
Cassie, this is painful.
Training facility type stuff and roasting facility, possible restaurant.
The townhouse, it's been a million different things. Main things I think that is supposed to go there is we're going to be putting our roasting facility there.
That might be changing.
And then the top half is going to be apartments for us to live in until we build houses on our property. So that is supposed to be where we originally were going to go live first, but now that we're trying to all go up there to work on that, we need somewhere to live until then. So if we get the property, he might be working on the property to make it a little more livable. And then it just kind of depends on a few things they're trying to finalize. But besides that, everything else in that building is up in the air.
I'm a little surprised here. I gotta say, I think Stephanie's actually starting to pay attention to our life. And that surprises me more than anything. She knows what's going on. I mean, everybody else seems completely clueless, but Steffi's actually right. She's nailing this completely. If you just said, hey, who's probably gonna give the most accurate answers, I would have said, oh, Cassie, for sure. Because Cassie's like with me all day, every day. But again, there's this thing called Cassie time. And I think sometimes Cassie time might be happening even when she's around me. She just like zones out. So I could be like, you know, saying, hey, the sky is now like purple. And she would just be like, yeah, and not hear a word that I'm saying. So I don't have any better explanation than that. Now I'm starting to be like Cassie here, I get it. But Stephanie, I'm impressed. I don't know how this is gonna go from here, but so far Stephanie is just nailing this.
Something about a motel. I've literally not heard anything about this until like a week ago. Somebody said something about we're possibly getting a motel. So I don't know if that's in the situation, if they're gonna work on that. I don't, because then we won't need the building because we can live at the motel. And then he's gonna have to do the motel. So it just depends.
I don't know too much about this stuff because I'm not there with him. Cassie's more the person that's gonna know all this because she stayed with him the whole time.
If we buy the hotel motel, as Rachel called it, that is where we will be living while we are remodeling the townhouse. If not, we will be living in the townhouse temporary setup apartment area that we have there, and we will build our shop first. And then our shop will kind of have a little bunk room where we will all be staying while we remodel the townhouse. Then once we get the townhouse remodeled, we will live in the townhouse, and then we will build our house.
I don't understand why this isn't the most like popular channel on YouTube. I mean, did y'all listen to what they just said? That doesn't make sense to everybody. I mean, yes, I'll try to back this up for everybody so they can understand. We decided we're moving to Montana. We want to bring our businesses with us. We want BW Blacksmith corporate headquarters to be in Montana. That's like the driving force behind all of this. Bring it back to my dad's roots, back to my roots, and live in the mountains and enjoy the mountain life and all that stuff too. So at the root of all this, that's what it is. But we have a big life that involves all my whole family and then some. Stephanie definitely wins. I would say Rachel was probably the most entertaining. Cassie was interesting and Kendra was interesting. I'm gonna put Cassie and Kendra in two different types of interesting, but Rachel was at least somewhat funny. Nobody gets my life. So it's an interesting video. I really like the way that it was all laid out.